Hey guys, David Calderon from Nutrisport. We were talking a little bit about glutamine, how we take it. We talked about taking it after the workout so we get good tissue repair, good tissue recovery, kind of avoid that muscle soreness that's so common post-workout. Another time to take it is right before we go to bed. So, reason there, it's an anti-catabolic. It prevents muscle tissue breakdown. We're sleeping for 6 hours. There's a high probability that we're going to start burning muscle as a secondary fuel source because we are fasted for that long. Taking our protein, our whey protein, with a little bit of good fat kind of gives us the best of both worlds. You get good absorption and you slow down the absorption, preventing some muscle protein breakdown. Let's further inhibit muscle breakdown by taking a little bit of glutamine with the protein, the good fats that we do right before bed. Same thing as post-workout. We're just doing a teaspoon, which is about 5 grams of glutamine. Mix it in with that protein. You won't taste it. No funky texture or anything. It's going to get lost in that protein shake that you're doing before bed. So, reason why we're doing it before sleep, we want to prevent muscle breakdown. We want to inhibit muscle breakdown. We don't want the body to use muscle as a fuel source. We're working hard to build that lean tissue. We want to protect it. Take your glutamine right before you go to bed. Some other functions or benefits of glutamine. It's a tissue repair, like we talked about. It's an anti-catabolic, meaning it prevents muscle breakdown. It's also really good for the immune system. All of our immune system cells, whether they're T cells, natural killer cells, macrophages, all those cells associated with immunity, what do you think their source of fuel is? Well, we're talking about it. It's glutamine. So that being said, to kind of improve and optimize immune system function, let's take our glutamine, because that's going to ensure that those immune system cells are well fed, they're happy, and consequently the immune system is going to strengthen. It's going to optimize. That's obviously a huge benefit. We're exposed to so many viruses, so many bacterial agents. If we don't go to the gym, my goodness, if we're going to the gym, we're associated or exposed to, I should say, to a lot more of those things. So the likelihood that we get sick, well, it's going to increase exponentially. Taking our glutamine helps with tissue repair, helps to prevent muscle breakdown, and also it helps to strengthen and optimize the immune system. So that's a huge benefit. Take your glutamine. It's cold and flu season right now anyway. Another benefit, our intestinal tract. All of the intestinal cells, and remember, absorption of nutrients occurs within the intestines. All the intestinal cells, in order for them to grab and sweep nutrients into the bloodstream, they need to be happy, they need to be well fed. Again, what do you think their source of fuel is? We're talking about it. It's glutamine. So, from a intestinal health standpoint, which will lead to better absorption of nutrients, it will reduce inflammation within that intestinal tract. Let's make sure and we take our glutamine. There's even been studies with colon cancer patients. High doses of glutamine really helps to address all of that inflammation, my goodness, because that's what cancer is, inflammation gone bad. This will help to address all of that inflammation within the intestinal tract. So, many benefits with glutamine. First one, again, it's a tissue repairer, a tissue rebuilder. After we work out, we need glutamine because we just broke down a lot of muscle, and muscle is about 50% glutamine. You're losing a lot of it during the workout. Let's put it back. Prior to bed, we are going to be sleeping for 6 hours minimum. That's prime time for the body to start burning glutamine as a secondary fuel source. It's going to get it from muscle tissue. if we don't supplement with it prior to sleep. So it prevents muscle breakdown as well as accelerating tissue repair. The other benefit, feeds all those immune system cells. So we strengthen our immune system. That's a huge consideration, a huge reason to take it. And finally, the last thing that we talked about with regard to its benefit, it's good for the intestinal tract. It reduces inflammation within the intestines, and ultimately, if we have intestinal health, we guard against any type of intestinal disease, and there are many, there really are. And then we also, because the intestinal cells are healthy, because they're happy, because they're well fed with their source of fuel, now we're able to absorb nutrients more efficiently. And remember, absorption is everything. If something that we ingest doesn't absorb, it ends up in that white toilet. So we want to make sure that something absorbs, and that means we need good intestinal health. Glutamine helps to address intestinal health in a positive manner. So that's kind of a good rundown, a good kind of bullet point, or a series of bullet points as far as how glutamine, or why glutamine is effective, advantageous, and preventive in nature with regard to a lot of different ailments. So take your glutamine, highly, highly recommended. Any questions, any comments, go ahead and just leave those below. Any more in-depth questions, come see us over at the stores, and we'll be happy to address those. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
Cool.